Hey everyone, welcome back to Pop Off English, the fun podcast where we help you learn English for real life. If you're new here, I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo. We make simple, fun episodes to help you understand everyday English and feel more confident when you speak.
Today's topic is airport anxiety and delays. Just saying that makes my heart beat faster.
Same. We're going to talk about nervous feelings at the airport, what can go wrong, and useful English you can use in those situations.
Stay with us until the end, because we'll share some of our favorite phrases for talking to airline staff, and also some funny airport disaster stories.
And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to Pop Off English, hit like if you enjoy learning with us, and share this episode with a friend who is always late to the airport.
You know who they are.
You know.
All right, let's go to the airport. Emotionally, not physically.
I'm already stressed.
So, airport anxiety, what does that mean? It's the nervous feeling many people have when they go to the airport.
You worry about missing your flight, you worry about security, you worry about your luggage getting lost, you worry about accidentally packing a giant bottle of shampoo.
There are so many small things to think about. Your passport, your boarding pass, the time, the terminal, the gate, your bag, your other bag, your phone, your charger, your dignity.
And then, of course, delays, flight delays, 2 words that can destroy your day.
So today, we'll tell a story about a stressful airport day, and we'll show you useful vocabulary and simple phrases you can use. We keep it beginner-friendly, so don't worry.
Let's start with the moment you wake up on travel day. Imagine this. It's 5 a.m. Your alarm is ringing. You have a flight at 9 a.m.
In your head, you're thinking, okay, I have 4 hours. That's fine, plenty of time. And then suddenly it's 7:45 and you haven't left the house.
Time moves faster on flight days. It's a scientific fact. Not really, but it feels like that.
So, important words to remember: flight, delay, gate, terminal, boarding pass, check-in, security, carry-on, luggage, suitcase, passport.
A flight is your trip by plane from one city to another. For example, my flight is at 9 o'clock.
A delay is when something is late. So my flight is delayed means your airplane will leave later than the original time.
The gate is the specific place inside the airport where you wait to get on the plane. For example, we are boarding at gate 23.
The terminal is the big building or section of the airport. Some airports have Terminal 1, Terminal 2, Terminal 3, and so on.
Your boarding pass is the paper or digital document that shows your flight number, your seat, your gate, and the time to board.
Check-in means you tell the airline you are here. You can check in online or at the airport. At the airport, you go to the check-in desk.
Security is the place where they scan your bags and you walk through that metal detector. You take your laptop out, put your liquids in a small bag, and hope you don't forget anything.
Carry-on is the small bag you take on the plane with you. Luggage or baggage is all your bags. Your suitcase is usually the big bag you check in.
And, of course, passport, the magic book that decides if you can travel or not. Never forget your passport. Never.
Let's put this vocabulary into a story. Our story is about Leo traveling to London. And yes, it's very dramatic.
It always is with me. So I wake up very early. My flight is at 10 a.m. It is an international flight. I want to be responsible. I want to be at the airport 3 hours before my flight.
That's the rule for international flights. Arrive about 3 hours before. For domestic flights, inside one country, usually 2 hours is okay.
That's the plan. But I am not a plan person. I am a sleep person. My alarm rings at 6 a.m. I open my eyes at 7:30.
So you already feel stress. And stress in English can sound like this. Oh no, I'm going to be late. I don't have time. This is a disaster. Why am I like this?
I say all of those. I jump out of bed. I still need to pack my bag. My suitcase is open. Clothes are everywhere. I put everything inside in 30 seconds. No folding. Just chaos.
This is called last-minute packing. It is not recommended, but it is very common.
I call my taxi. The driver says, "There is heavy traffic today. It might take some time." This is a bad sentence to hear when you go to the airport.
Heavy traffic means there are many cars on the road, and it's very slow, and it might take some time usually means you're in trouble.
I finally get in the taxi. I check my pockets. Phone, wallet, passport. Yes. I open the airline app and I see a notification. Your flight is delayed by 2 hours.
This is where the anxiety is confusing. Sometimes a delay can be good news. When you're late, a delay is your best friend.
Exactly. My heart relaxes. I say, "Thank you, delay gods." A very simple sentence you can use. My flight is delayed by 2 hours. Or, there is a 2-hour delay.
If you want to ask at the airport, you can say, "Excuse me, is the flight on time?" Or, "Has the flight been delayed?"
So I arrive at the airport. It is very busy, lots of people, lots of noise, lots of announcements.
Vocabulary time, crowded, means there are many people in one place. You can say, "The airport is very crowded today."
I look for the check-in desk. The sign says, "Check-in desks 201 to 220. I cannot find my airline. I walk left, I walk right, I spin in a circle.
This is when you can use a simple question. "Excuse me, where is the check-in desk for British Airways?" Or whatever your airline is.
So I finally check in. The staff member says, "Can I see your passport, please?" I give her my passport and my bag. She says, "Do you have any bags to check in?" I say, "Yes, just this suitcase."
Very useful phrases at the check-in desk. You can say, "I would like to check in, please," or "I'd like to check this bag." When they ask about your seat, they might say, "Do you prefer an aisle seat or a window seat?"
Aisle seat is the seat next to the corridor. Window seat is next to the window. I always want a window seat, but I say aisle because I drink a lot of water and I don't want to disturb people when I go to the bathroom.
After check-in, the next level of airport anxiety is security. People worry a lot about security.
There are rules. Take your laptop out. Take liquids out. Take off your jacket. Sometimes take off your shoes. And there is always that one person with 14 metal objects and no idea why they are beeping.
Some useful vocabulary for security. Tray or bin is the plastic container where you put your things. Metal detector is the big gate you walk through. X-ray machine is the machine that scans your bag.
Security staff might say, "Please put your bag in the tray. Please remove your laptop from your bag. Do you have any liquids? Please step to the side."
If you don't understand, you can say, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" Or, "I don't understand. What should I do?"
These are very important survival phrases in any airport. So, I go through security. Of course, my bag is selected for extra screening. Why? Because I forgot a water bottle.
Every time. The water bottle is the classic mistake.
The security officer says, "Sir, do you have a bottle of water in your bag?" I say, "Yes, sorry, I forgot." He takes it and says, "You can't take this through security." That sentence is common. You can't take this through security.
After security, you finally feel a little free. Now you go to find your gate. You look at the big screen. It's called the departure board.
The departure board is very important. It shows the flight number, destination, departure time, gate, and status. The status can be on time, delayed, boarding, final call, or canceled.
On time means everything is okay. Delayed means it will be later. Boarding means people are getting on the plane now. Final call means it's your last chance to board. Canceled means the flight will not happen.
Canceled is maybe the most painful word at the airport.
You want to cry, but you are in public, so you just stand there and stare at the board.
In my story, the flight is still delayed, but not canceled. The board says, gate to be announced. That means they do not show the gate number yet.
This is another sentence you might see or hear. The gate will be announced soon, or please wait for gate information.
So I have time. I walk around. I buy an expensive sandwich. I sit and wait. And then I realize something. I don't know if my gate has changed.
Gate changes are another cause of airport anxiety. You are at gate 10. Suddenly, they change it to gate 45 on the opposite side of the airport.
To ask about this, you can say to a staff member, "Excuse me, has the gate changed for flight BA 234? Or simply, "Excuse me, is this the gate for flight BA 234 to London?"
So what happens next in your disaster story?
I sit down with my sandwich. I start watching videos on my phone. I am relaxed, too relaxed. After 20 minutes, I look at the screen. My flight status has changed from delayed to boarding.
And you're not at the gate.
I am on the wrong side of the terminal. I jump up. My sandwich flies. I run. Very slowly. Because I am not fit.
Here are some useful panic sentences. That's my flight. I think I'm late. Where is gate 35? Don't worry about grammar when you panic. Just use small, clear sentences.
I run to the gate. A woman at the gate says, "Good morning. Boarding pass, please." I show my boarding pass and my passport. She looks at me and says, "You're just in time."
Those are beautiful words at the airport. You're just in time.
So I get on the plane, I sit down, I breathe. I survived airport anxiety.
For now. The story continues when you land and they lose your luggage.
We're not ready for that trauma today.
Let's slow down and review some useful phrases you can use to ask questions and get information in the airport.
At check-in, you can say, "I'd like to check in for my flight, please. Can I have a window seat, please? Can I sit next to my friend, please? Is the flight on time?"
At security, you might say, "Do I need to take my laptop out? Can I keep my shoes on? Is this okay in my carry-on?"
When you are looking for your gate, you can ask, "Excuse me, where is gate 12? Has the gate changed for flight LH 567? How long is the delay?"
When there is a delay, you can ask the staff, "Excuse me, why is the flight delayed? What time will we board? Will I miss my connection?"
Connection or connecting flight means the second flight you take after the first one. For example, you fly from Madrid to London and then London to New York. London is your connection.
If your flight is canceled, you can say, "What are my options? Can I get a refund? Can you book me on the next flight, please?"
Refund means you get your money back. Book me on the next flight means put me on the next available flight.
Let's also talk about feelings. How can you talk about your emotions in simple English at the airport?
You can say, "I'm nervous, I'm stressed, I'm worried about missing my flight. I feel anxious, I'm tired, I'm frustrated."
And some positive ones. "I'm excited to travel. I'm happy the flight is not canceled. I feel relieved." Relieved means you had stress and now it is gone.
For example, "I was worried, but now I feel relieved."
Another useful thing. Small talk at the gate. Maybe you are sitting next to someone and you want to talk a little.
Simple questions. Is this your first time flying to London? Are you traveling for work or vacation? Have you heard why the flight is delayed? How long have you been waiting?
And very simple answers. I'm going on vacation. I'm visiting family. I've been waiting for 2 hours. I think there is bad weather.
Bad weather is a very common reason for delays. Storms, heavy rain, snow, strong wind.
Another common sentence you hear from staff is, "We apologize for the inconvenience." It's a very polite way to say, "Sorry for the problem."
Inconvenience means something that is not comfortable, not easy, not good for you.
So if you hear, "We apologize for the delay and any inconvenience," you know something is wrong.
Let's imagine a short dialogue between you and an airline staff member. You want information about your delayed flight?
You say, "Excuse me, my flight to Paris is delayed. Do you know what time we will board?"
The staff member might say, "We expect to start boarding at 4:30. Please stay near the gate for updates."
Updates means new information. Stay near the gate for updates means don't go too far, don't disappear into the duty-free shop for 1 hour.
Very difficult. The perfume is calling my name.
Now, what about when you don't understand fast English and announcements? The airport voice is always the same: quiet, fast, and impossible.
To get help, go to a staff member and say, "Sorry, I didn't understand the announcement. What did they say about flight AF 123? Or shorter, "Excuse me, what's happening with flight AF 123?
That's realistic and easy. Now, let's talk quickly about time expressions you need for flights.
Boarding time is the time when people start entering the plane. Departure time is when the plane is supposed to leave the gate.
Arrival time is when the plane is supposed to arrive in the next city. And you might hear estimated, like estimated departure time.
Estimated means approximate, or not exact, but our best guess. So the estimated departure time is 11:45.
Another airport phrase is, "Please proceed to the gate." It means, "Please go to the gate." For example, passengers on flight 345 to Rome, please proceed to gate 18.
When you hear your city name, you should pay attention. Listen for the airline, the flight number, and the destination city.
One more important word: boarding group or zone. On your boarding pass, you might see Group 2 inches or Zone B. They call different groups to board the plane.
For example, we will now begin boarding Group 1. If your boarding pass says Group 4, you wait until they call Group 4.
Of course, there is always one person from Group 7 who tries to board with Group 1.
We see you.
So, to summarize the emotional journey of airport anxiety and delays, you start nervous. You arrive at the airport. You check in. You survive security. You stare at the departure board. Your flight is delayed. You feel angry. Then you feel relaxed. Then the gate changes. You panic. Then finally, you board. You are exhausted, but happy.
And maybe a little hungry, because airport food is expensive and never enough.
The good news is, with the vocabulary and phrases from this episode, you can survive the airport in English, even with delays.
You can ask for help, understand basic announcements, and talk about how you feel. That's already a big win.
Remember some key sentences. Is the flight on time? My flight is delayed. Where is the check-in desk? Where is gate 10? I don't understand the announcement. What time will we board? I feel stressed. I feel relieved now.
And some keywords: flight, delay, gate, terminal, boarding pass, check-in, security, carry-on, luggage, suitcase, passport, departure board, boarding time, arrival time, connection, refund, boarding group, aisle seat, window seat.
If you want, you can write a mini airport story using some of these words. Tell us what happened on your last trip. Was your flight delayed?
We'd love to read your stories and maybe use some of them in a future episode.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want more fun, simple English for real life, make sure you subscribe to Pop Off English.
Hit the like button, share this with a friend who is always stressed at the airport, and help them feel better prepared.
New episodes are coming with more travel English, daily conversation, and useful vocabulary for beginners.
Thanks for listening. Take a deep breath, and remember, even if your flight is delayed, your English can still take off.
See you in the next episode of Pop Off English.
Bye for now.